All right, you guys. So I'm gonna play this clip a couple times. You already seen the clip that I have of President Joseph Biden saying uh, uh, um, saying some words, and when he was asked if he would potentially step down uh, for running for president, and he made a response. And in this one, I'm just going to show you something else because people didn't seem to catch what I was pointing out about micro expressions pertaining to the voice. And what I'm showing you in the voice, okay, is not a situation of, when I showed you Homelander and Homelander had a cadence such as the same as Donald Trump. What I'm pointing out is in the hit TV show The Boys, and I'm sorry I got to keep the camera this way once I start filming this way because I want to show you this clip on this TV here. Um, but The Boys, the character Homelander, in many ways, has many parallels in which you could see his persona and some of his air of arrogance. Is predominantly fits the mold of Donald Trump, which fits the mold of American pride. And what I'm showing to you is how this individual, when you're not running at a conscious state, then you're left with the integrity of your deep state. And your deep state are all the things that are voted upon in creation of the governance of the baseline of a human mind that is, devoid of the spirit. That's what you're seeing with deep state. So if you don't have the spirit of life, then what you have is a lot of mimicry and machinations in which is hived into you could call it a storehouse or a bank, in which will manifest while somebody is able to pertain at a baseline cognitive function and routine responsibilities in general, in many cases that we would expect the same of a zombie when you watch Shaun of the Dead and they realized they could train the zombies to work cash register, so on and so forth. And the humor in the movie, in the film Shaun of the Dead, was the fact that society in much way is not so conscious, kind of in a delta state, kind of sleep. And that just means that you're working, you're operating based upon the calculator in your brain. You are more autonomous as an insect. It's just the impulses of your nervous system, and whatever your impulses drive you to do, then you will be driven to do that thing. But there's no there's not much spiritual awareness, so on and so forth. This is you operating at a baseline level. So when I pointed out Homelander and his cadence of when he said those words and how it correlated with Trump, I'm not just pointing out those words, I'm pointing out the entire character of Homelander, but I'm trying to break it down into micro expressions and show you how the Holy Spirit is able to damn near forensically go in and hear the stream of voices in the hive, which is the deep state. The memory responses, so on and so forth, that are enacted as a defense mechanism for individual's character that is being attacked, and we all do it. I have also, even in a video, which, because I'm just doing this run of the mill at the moment, have had a cadence such as Donald Trump, crazy, but the rest of my personality doesn't correspond with that. I had a friend named JP that had a double up response such as that. And what I'm showing here is I'm showing you the background foundation or drive of your brain, which is your subconscious mind, which kind of runs as a backup Okay, when the main driver takes a leave, when the soul takes a leave, so on and so forth. So I will hold no bones about this. When you ascend in society, you make certain decisions. There are certain sacrifices. If you want that title or to get to where you want to get to ascend and achieve things in life. And it really is an evil and sadistic thing in the sense that individuals are pitted against nightmares in order to live out their dreams. You know, it is the Squid Game of society. You know, people didn't just come into where they were at, even with nepotism. You have no idea what the fuck they had to do in order to get that position. All right. So I'm just showing you how the individual is running from a base drive. All right. Whether it was emoted by a defense mechanism, so on and so forth. And this individual is operating as out of a trance, which makes these individuals as locusts, and locusts are more easily susceptible to suggestion. Okay. This is why, you know what I'm saying, when you talk about the serpent being the subtle beast of the field, that now, since the fall of mankind, all right, pertaining to what ideas and thoughts you entertain and so on and so forth, and the traumas that you have heaped up for yourself, and the ridicule, the backlash, the slander, so on and so forth. I want you guys to take a step back from this Democrat Republican shit for a second and recognize that these are individuals, these are beings that, you know, have feelings just the same as everybody else. And let's be frank, shit is fucked up. All right. You know, irregardless. All right. This man has served the country. He is now the president, and, you know, other countries can see the reflection. Okay. Especially with all the migrants and individuals we have here from other countries. You know what I'm saying? We have a direct reflection, okay, of our own foolery by regarding our dignitaries and our presidents a certain type of way. But we also have to make better decisions as well, okay, with how we run things, okay, because we might not want our president operating like that. So I'm showing you it's a systematic situation where the individual is stripped, and where the individuals running the country are as no individuals. All right. They are as blanks. All right. They are as there is nothing running behind the president. The only one that is running everything is the Most High God. Our issue right now, and everything that is wrong, why you want to complain about President Joseph Biden in God's country, is the fact that we do not acknowledge God. So if we want to fuck around and be stupid, then God will say, you know what? And he may step away for a second. Now we have noticed a decline. We noticed that life has gone out of everything, and now we want to complain, but we went acting right and doing things right when we had things good. So, you know what I'm saying? We just got to suck it up. That's what it boils down to. Now, here's the cool part about the game with the Most High God. The Most High God, shit. If he get upset, the worst thing that can happen is situations like this where he, you know, will take a break. He won't walk away, but he'll take a step back. And he'll wait for you to recognize the shit is wrong. Here's the problem with human behavior. We are very slow. We think we're a lot faster than we really are. All right. But to the brothers that's saying this, peace. I heard a video. Peace and blessings be to you. And I understand what you're saying. I'm glad you put that up. I know people can't leave me comments and things of this nature for the most part, for your safety. But listen, I'm showing you the voices that which runs in the background. That's the deep state, the subconscious, and what have you. Because listen, when I told you in Hyperia, my little brothers and sisters, the gray aliens, okay, they have massive amount of memory. All right, is fucking. I'm sorry for cussing. It's just so mind blowing. It's practically incalculable, and their memory is just like, dude. It's like their memory is perfect. All right. So here's the thing, man. The structure of the human brain, when we have like this world, okay, where we've been in Delta since the fall of mankind. You know, when God told Adam that he would surely die, rest assured, he not only did he spiritually die and he physically died. He physically died as well. The reason why we exist today, okay, is because of what Christ did on the cross. And it says the Holy Spirit will quicken you. What are you doing? What does that dash represent in between the two dates on the tombstone? That dash represents your life, right? And your life is hid with Christ, meaning Christ died. He pushed you out of the way and he died so that you could live. All right, we got that part. So in other words, Adam and Eve did die. What happened was Christ stepped in, all right, and he took on that death, all right. And what happened is he blew out his spirit. So what's happening is you are on credit. Your entire life is on credit. You own Christ 1,000,000%. And the quickening force, based upon the judgments and decisions of what you discern to do in your life, is the quickening force that causes you to propel so fast through time that you outrun the curse of your own death, which has already happened. So the minute you're born into this country, you are a stillbirth. No matter how many numbers of years we only have 33. All right? Because Christ lived 33 years when he walked as a man on this earth. All right? That's what it is. We have always been in a pocket of time, and that pocket is Christ's pocket. Christ has a pocket. All right? This is all you are at the height of as grace. You are a speck of sand before the universe. All right? And all your might and all your strength and all your anguish. And I'm saying that his children, okay, the great aliens, all right, they all of your minds here on earth, I don't care if it's dragon spirits or whoever type of spirits, everybody's brain, you could say that their mind is the operating system of why you could have a conscious on top of your subconscious, because you wouldn't even be conscious. All right. They have it's like your cloud, your memory, all of your stuff, your deep state that is stored, okay, on a, you could say a spiritual base drive of great aliens. All right. That's how badass great aliens are. All right. They have everything. So in terms of like telepathy, like your whole universe, your memory, everything you've done is naked within inside of a great alien. A great alien can access it, no different than having telepathy. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? When you messing with the great alien, you messing with, you know what I'm saying? It pertaining to a great alien from Hyperia, you messing with God's spirit. You messing with your own operating system. Your own shit won't even work. If the great aliens got pissed off and rejected humans, everybody's just like when you seen like that girl get unplugged from the matrix, you just go unconscious, you just drop out, man. All right. And what happens is when you get stripped of that, okay, then you're running on a subconscious, like a base drive. It's kind of like being an autopilot. And, you know, there was a woman that came out with a book a long time ago called like Transformation of America. But we've been in Delta state for a long time. So there is an aptitude to sleep. These are presidents as when you first walked in with gowns and you had to learn motor movements and all these things. And you look like one of the kids from Stranger Things and then white gowns when you came down to the top of the pyramid. You know, when you came down into here, man, listen, that's what your president is. He is, you know, forget about all this luxury. They got nice suits and things like that. Somebody's got to put the president together before he gets on TV. You know, makeup, clothes, wardrobe, the whole nine. Someone's got to check their hair. The lighting's got to be right. Everything's get done for them. A president is taken care of like a baby is. Think about that. It's a grown. So for publicity and the public image of the American people. All right. So I'm not calling them Mr. Potato Heads, but you should come from a general principle that in order to ascend to this place, we have to do our part and take care of our president, because in order for them to get there, they made a sacrifice to look out for you, and you need to look out for them and their well-being, because they are going to be the voice that comes out of the stream. The wilderness that you hear is the voices that you hear from the stream, the strong voices that has been imprinted and impacted on your mind subconsciously and consciously through films, movies, media, news, anybody who's put out anything, right? And they're drawing from that stream. And if that is not the stream that is of heaven, you know what I'm saying? If it's not high-hanging fruit and it's based upon the people in the deep state and the way people in the deep state think, all of those spirits comprised together makes Beelzebub and is in the cloud or the hive of the president from which he draws from, and he has to present the same audience that rejects him. Think about it. So I'm going to show you here this clip of President Joseph Biden where you will hear out of the stream, you will hear, you remember I said the brain is like a spirit box, all right? What you're going to hear is Al Pacino, okay? He pauses for a second and he said, the only way I would step down is if somebody told me I couldn't win. Then he pauses for the correct amount of time. And he says, me, like a breathing me. And I have to play the clip again because I just came upon this and I have to see if he blinks. But usually Al Pacino blinks there, if I remember correctly in the movie. And then he whispers and he says, nobody's saying that. Okay. But right before he said, nobody's saying that, that phrase comes from the deep state. I could tell you that for sure by the word cadence. And I'm talking about the spiritual subconscious. All right. And the modality before that, when he says me, pay attention to him. He appears as Al Pacino. It's like seasoned perfect acting. This is what I sit through at my house, man. I'll be watching like fucking, I'm sorry, YouTube commercials. You know what I'm saying?
Just ask me. Yes. You earlier explained confidence in your vice president. Yes. If your team came back and showed you data that she would fare better against former President Donald Trump, would you reconsider your decision to stay in the race? No, unless they came back and said, there's no way you can win.
Here, me.
Me.
He blinked.
No bull says that. Okay. Thanks. This ends today. Thanks, everybody.
So President Joseph Biden, that was, and you can rewind it. I'm sorry, you guys. And you can find the clip and you can play it over and over again. But if you pay attention to the spirit that he was in, that was Al Pacino. That's an Al Pacino style. Here, hold on. Let me play it one more time. And the integrity of the president's conscience is relevant to the deep state. Okay. I just noticed that this was on July 11th. That's just interesting. 11 is a hell of a number, isn't it? Now I'm trying to get away from it because I'm like, what does that mean? Here, check this out.
No bull says that.
Let's see. Let's go back. Hold on.
You consider your decision to stay in the race? No, unless they came back and said, there's no way you can win.
Right here.
Me. No one's saying that. No bull says that.
You see what I'm saying? So the reflection of his mind is going to be the reflection of the deep state. And rather than worry about a president, I worry about the people because I understand how things work together. All right. And if we are all within Christ, all right, within America, there's Democrats and Republicans. Okay. And these are as pillars or archetypes of mind. The checkerboard of black and white, which is really blue and red, which are the two shades on 3D glasses that creates our perception in society, is polarized. And this polarization if it was a circle that you would split in half, with half of it being blue and the other half being red like a Pepsi, then you can see that the yin and yang would be a representation of Ray, wouldn't it? Half and half. Think about it. So this is a situation in which, if they're saying that the president is done, then I have to concern at least over the Democratic Party also. Okay? And whether the Democratic Party is also being influenced, and you see the real spiritual warfare, you would see within the presidents and how they react and how they perform the performance of the people. All right? This is Communications. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.